So, and that comes into self-love. Like, what is love? Love, first of all, is you loving yourself. Okay? Love, how could you love someone if you don't love yourself?
It's a good question. How could you love someone if you don't love yourself? I think...
Look, a lot of people say, like, I love my kids and all this and that, and that's sweet.
Yeah.
At some aspect of love.
Yeah.
But true love, you can only experience true love, and this is not in my opinion, this is a fucking fact, is if you love yourself as a whole.
Yep.
And then if you know how to do this for yourself, you can do it for everybody else.
Correct.
It's like being a millionaire, apparently, you need to become a millionaire first to then teach people how to become millionaires, apparently.
Yeah, because if you're broke, you can't be telling cunts
You know what I mean?
Of course. If you're a fucking fat cunt, you can't be telling cunts losing weight and shit.
Exactly, even though some people do, of course.
You know what I mean?
The oracles.
Yeah. You got to be a cool cunt to tell cunts how to be a cool cunt, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, self-love. I love my kids. I love, my spouse. Sweet, but I'm overweight and I'm broke and I'm unemployed and my self-talk's shit.
Sweet.
But I love these people.
Correct. All right, how about this? Let us unpack that. Where do they get this notion or definition of what they think love is in the first place?
Society.
Society, sweet. I would say Hollywood and shit too.
Yeah, ticking the boxes. They're ticking the boxes.
It's a lot of love hearts. A lot of squishy, fucking cuddly. It's very cuddly.
Of course.
That's what you think. Clouds and shit.
Yeah.
And we're hugging each other like mad cunts.
That's right.
Which is, all right, it's part of it, hugging shit. But yes, it's all that fucking fluffy shit.
That's right.
And that's not the right way. You got to give a fuck. Like, what is it like to give a fuck about someone? That means you care on their, you got kids, you see young people, you give a fuck about their health, their well-being, all right? But you're not reflecting that on yourself. Now, like I said, we think love is like some fuzzy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a feel-good.
It's a feel-good. It's a feel-good thing. Like, if you tell someone not to do someone, what does that mean? If you tell someone not to do something, like, hey, stop eating those fucking chocolates, does that mean you don't love them because...
Apparently, yes.
You're barring them from their instant gratification?
Yeah, because it's not warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, you're robbing them from that nice little feeling.
That's right.
Rather than giving them what they really need.
Which is the hard love.
Which is the hard love, they call it.
Yeah.
And that's
true love.
That's the true love.
Because you give a fuck. And if you give a fuck about somebody, you're going to tell them how it is. And most of the times, it's not pleasant.
Yeah, we fucking talk shit.
Yeah, because we're on our default as human beings, as we said before, is we're doing shit that, we're not going in the right direction that we should be.
Correct.
That's, that's favouring us to grow.
That's right.
So, as I say, your true friends are going to be the person that's like, oh, mate, you're a legend, mate. Doesn't matter what you do, you're a legend.
Yeah.
The true friend's going to be like, mate, you're doing something wrong, pull up.
Yeah.
I give a fuck about you. That's true love.
Stop fucking up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I care about your value as a human. I want you to be better. And there is no anything. It's like this fucking body positivity shit. Like, you can be overweight but still be a sick cunt. Like, you can't. That's not how it goes. There is black and white rules here. Not anything goes.
Guaranteed.
You know what I mean? There is better outcomes than others. It's not, that's your opinion.
No.
Health is a real thing.
Something's in black and white.
You can be healthy and you can be unhealthy. All right? You can be secure and you can be insecure. These are real things.
Guaranteed.
All right? You can be suicidal and you can be like, I don't give a fuck. These are real things. And the whole point about this fucking loving yourself is the hardest part, though.
Guaranteed.
Like, yeah, it's the hardest part because we don't feel We don't see ourselves. We can't see ourselves. We can see outside of us. We can always tell people, oh, stop doing this or don't do that or whatever. But we can't see ourselves. Oh, and the reason why we let people get away with shit, all right? If you're letting some cunt get away with shit, all right? The reason you're doing that is because you're allowing yourself to get away with something.
Guaranteed.
Okay, so you're letting yourself slide on some fucking low standard shit about your particular life, whether it's your job, you know, your health, the way you treat your missus, your family, whatever. All right? Your fucking antisocial behavior, weird shit, whatever the fuck it is you're doing. Because you're like that, that's your standard, that's who you are, you allow it in others.
Yeah, because you're not on point.
No, you're not going to check someone. You're not going to be
yourself
if you're not checking yourself. And that's that whole. That's what we're trying to say here.
Exactly. You got to
check yourself.
We know that, you know, everyone, including ourselves, we're not ticking every single fucking box and we're on point with everything. But are you trying every single day to better yourself in small increments?
Correct.
That's it. That's all it takes. And over time, it compounds, obviously.
Correct. And that giving a fuck is the self-love. The fact that you're aware that, oh yeah, I need things too, and I need to feel a certain way as a human being, yeah? And I don't mean feel as in fucking, I've got to feel good like in a drug type of way. I need to feel good about myself. What do I need to do? And you know, it's not a coincidence that loving yourself, aka giving a fuck about yourself, is also giving a fuck about yourself. Is that what I just said?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Giving a fuck about yourself and loving yourself is the same thing. And it's
that's
also
right, exactly.
positive.
Yeah, if it's you're giving yourself that love by your actions.
Yes, loving yourself, giving a fuck about yourself is also makes you feel good about yourself. Is what I wanted to fucking say.
Okay, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not a coincidence.
No,
and that's the point of this whole thing.
Exactly.
Feeling good about yourself.
That's right. But if you do that, the proof is that it vibrates. You know, it vibrates outside.
Correct.
The frequency goes to other people.
Correct.
So, for example, you feel good about yourself, you rock up to the party and you got your head held up high.
Higher than a motherfucker.
You know, people can see that this guy's got things under control.
He's coming in.
He's doing okay.
Beaming.
Yeah, he's doing okay. As much as people don't believe that, people see you, mate. Correct. Wherever you go, the way you talk, the way you present yourself, the way you dress, everything, they see without what you might be saying like, wow, everything's fucking fantastic, you know, and they see that it's not.
Correct.
People aren't stupid.
Correct.
You know, and mostly, this is where the underlying little secret one is, children.
Yes.
Children see you more than anyone sees you.
Oof.
So you could be like a father, okay? And you're like, I love my children. Everyone loves their fucking children. I hear it all the fucking time. I love my children. Sweet. I hope you do. But what I see and what they see is not love.
Mm-hmm.
And like, first of all, do you spend time with your children?
Maybe.
Okay? Or you're always fucking working flat out, this and that. Sweet. Maybe you have to work. Cool. Sweet. Let's go. Do you look after yourself?
No.
No, you're overweight. So already you're telling this child that you love, because you're trying to teach them good values and good practices, that it's okay to be a fat cunt.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Despite what you're saying, don't worry about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Words are, body language and is most of it's like 70% of communication.
Correct. Words are powerful, but also meaningless.
That's right, exactly. So, it's the actions. It's the actions that speak louder than words.
Correct.
So, you're overweight and you're smoking, you're drinking, you're whatever you might doing, and the kids always seeing that this guy's doing this.
That's right.
Swearing, like stressed the fuck out.
That's it.
Like whatever it might be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what they're seeing.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so, that's what they're saying, yes. Bro.
Exactly. So the education that you're passing on is that it's okay to do these things, but every so often, like, I love you, son. Like, that makes everything better.
Correct.
The I love you that came out of my mouth makes everything a whole lot better.
That's right.
But everything else that I do,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. There's no value there. There's nothing. But when it comes to children, they look at that more than I hear the I love you.
100%.
And that's fucking the true facts.
That's the true facts. That's right. That's right. It's the example you're setting.
Exactly. So the only way you can educate children in this situation is by self-love.
Correct.
By really loving yourself. And then by loving yourself, like for example, if you were fucking jacked, doing well, well-spoken, your energy that you're sending out, the frequency is like so uplifting. What do you think your child's going to be learning from?
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to end up?
Yeah.
Whatever, monkey sees, monkey does.
Correct.
So that's it. That's the example. You are their living example. Doesn't matter what you say. You're the living example.
Also your mates. You got your mates. You know what I mean?
Guaranteed.
Your mates, you elevate your mates, your friends, whoever the fuck, your homies.
Yeah.
You elevate these cunts, eh? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And your family, everybody. Not just your kids specifically, but you elevate all these people.
Guaranteed. It's the frequency you're sending out. You're the example.
That's right.
You can only be an example to somebody if you're an example to yourself.
Correct.
That's the only way. That's the way the fucking system works.
That's exactly right. Yeah, when you shine, you give other people a chance to shine.
That's it. It's not what you say. Everyone's fucking so hooked up about, as long as I'm saying that, you go to a friend and like, hey mate, this is before. This is the way to lose weight. Count your calories, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Sweet. Doesn't matter what you say. If you're talking for fucking 2 hours, all your mate's going to see is that, sweet, look at you.
That's right.
That doesn't matter what you say. Even if you're preaching the gospel.
Correct.
It's what I'm seeing.
That's right. You really don't believe it.
Exactly.
So it's a hard one for cunts to grasp. You know what I was thinking about today there? Just on this kind of topic? I was thinking about, how we're talking about ignorance and shit. Ignorance. I was thinking, fuck, that's such a powerful thing. I go to you the other day. It's not skill that we're missing. It's the fucking awareness. And one of the things that I want to fucking hammer home, I don't know how we're going to hammer it home, but tell people to wake the fuck up in certain ways. And obviously we're doing it in this way by telling these cunts, by breaking down what is certain things, obviously.
Yeah, identifying certain traits.
Correct. But like waking up, like telling people, like if some cunt just happens to come across this, and we've got to make people aware that you might be asleep at this present point of time. You might be ignorant to something.
Sweet.
All right? Because ignorance is a motherfucker. You don't know that you're ignorant. All right? And I just thought I'd put it in there just to fucking remind you as well that, waking cunts up, at least telling cunts that, psst, you're sleeping. You know what I mean? Force cunts to look there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're doing anyway. But I don't know. I want people to get the fucking point. Like, you might be listening to this right now and we're talking about self-love and you might be like, yeah, self-love, what the fuck's, self-love, how do I do that? Whatever. You got to look inside yourself. Understand that you might not know everything. You don't know everything. There's so much you'll be so surprised that you're one thought away from unlocking something that's going to lead to something else and so on and so forth. That your view is just very small. And that's what we're doing. But I just thought I'd bring that up at this point because I remembered it. And
that's right. We're trying to point out, we're not trying to change anybody. No one can change anybody else. You can even change yourself.
Correct.
We're trying to identify certain things to get people thinking.
Yes. You know what I mean?
That's it. Think about your situation. That's it. And once you think about it, you can identify things, and that's how you can improve them. Without identifying, you can't improve.
Yeah. Because the other day we were talking about waking up. Like, how do you wake up a cunt who doesn't know he's woken up? Or how would you have How would I?
How did you wake
I was
up?
fucking
Yeah.
sleeping for so long. Like, what did I need to hear to wake up? Now, some people say it's a timing thing,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you just need to get somebody to think a little bit,
Slightly, yeah.
because that's the biggest thing. It's waking enough cunts up.
That's the key here. Now, as we said, most of the time, most of the wake-up calls come with illnesses or tragedies
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it brings people to the present.
Thought
Like,
provoking.
what am I doing in my life?
Yeah,
Like, someone passed away that was close to me, like, fuck, you know, what really matters in life? You start asking yourself these questions,
that's right.
the questions that are really talking to the inner self.
Yeah, yeah,
But what you're doing, first of all, you're becoming humble,
yeah.
present, and you're really asking things that really matter rather than surface shit.
That's right. That's right.
You're getting in touch with your inner self. And only then you can give those kind of answers.
Yeah,
The answers that really fucking matter. That really shape your present, your future, your life, where you're going, how you think, how you act. So, yeah, it's usually comes from tragedies. Now, can it be done in other ways? 100%. One way is the people you hang around with. If you're hanging around with people that are drop kicks, that's never going to happen. If you're hanging around with people that always strive to do better in their lives, even without the conversation, just by being around these people, you might go home and think, fuck, he's doing really well. I wish I was doing something like that too. Like we say, you could be helping the poor or whatever.
correct.
You know? What can I do? You start asking yourself these questions. So that's another way of doing it. Hang around better people.
Guaranteed.
So it doesn't have to be a fucking tragedy because you don't want it to be a fucking tragedy.
Nah, man.
You don't want to be going to that point in life to wake up.
That's
Or
right.
you don't want to be fucking 90 years old and like, fuck, now I got it. How am I going to change my life? Don't wait for these things to happen.
Correct.
So there's tricks of ways of doing it.
That's right. And obviously, looking after yourself, what love is, showing love to yourself, that's the fucking topic we're trying to break down here. That is, that's where it all starts. That's the
100%.
that's the main thing here.
Yeah.
But ask yourself, I've got to ask this, ask yourself this question, do you love yourself? Do you think you love yourself? Have you ever thought about that? Do you know what the fuck that means? Like, as you're listening to this, think about, I'll look after myself. Like, ask yourself that fucking question. Like, this is a call to action type shit. You know what I mean? And you gotta speak to yourself in that way. You gotta learn how to fucking ask yourself certain questions. It's not weird if you fucking talk to yourself.
Of course not.
Ask yourself, ask and you shall receive, that kind of bullshit, right? Put it out there. You have to ask yourself where you're at and, check in. I think, you say it all the time, check in with yourself and this and that.
Yeah. The quality of questions as well is another thing.
Fucking oath. But
How you going?
Yeah.
Don't worry about how you're going. Get more detail.
Correct. Can I do better in X? Am I doing the best? Am I helping myself?
Yeah.
Or am I fucking myself
Am
up?
I being true to myself
That's it.
in this situation? Like,
That's it.
do I really love my spouse? And like, am I going to be with her like, in hard times? These kind of things,
Am I leaving money on the table? As in, not money, but do I really love my missus? Do I really love my kids? Do I really love, what do I think love is?
Yeah. What could I be doing better in my life?
Correct.
Physically, mentally,
Correct.
whatever, spiritually.
Correct.
These are kind of the answers.
Yeah.
And the answers that you want are the truthful answers. The ones that the true self is answering, not the ego.
Correct.
And that's how you improve your life, but that's where authentic self-love comes from. True self-love.
Authentic. Yeah.
So